with Errol, if it's not Bud, why not Thurman? We respect you. We admire all that you've done, Errol. We watched you compete for the USA at the Olympic Games, right? I wear red, white, and blue because it's all my American dream, and I was in pursuit to be an Olympian as well. I've walked the walk that he's walked. At the end of the day, though, your name is the truth. And the truth is, you got the WBA, you ain't seen Thurman. You took that WBC that I vacated, and you ain't seen Thurman. That's the truth. Stop playing. If you got confidence, if your team has confidence, slap me up. Man down. Man down. Be the one to defeat the undefeated Keith Thurman. Let me go ahead and bow to you and shake your hand and call you the better man. I've been beaten one time. Who's gonna beat me 2 times?
So all of a sudden, since Crawford has a mandatory, everybody's come out of the woodwork and wants to smoke. I mean, we got Spence claiming that he's spinning the block. And now we have Bozy Ennis urges Terrence Crawford to pick up the phone and give him a call and fight them. I mean, was Jerron Boots Ennis in position to become Crawford's mandatory when Virgil Ortiz went to the WBA? Now we're supposed to believe, now Jerron Ennis is with Showtime, but we are supposed to believe now him and his team want to fight Crawford. This is all cap, this is clout chasing, and this is name dropping. Boots was in position to be Crawford's mandatory, and they would be fighting this summer. But him and his dad chose to go a different route. Now, all of a sudden, I'm supposed to believe they want to come back and fight Crawford? The only way I could believe it is if I had a negative narrative against Crawford. But if the boxing fans to follow a simple rule, stay on the side of boxing, you will not go wrong. No, this is capping. Now, Keith Thurman has always believed if Errol Spence does not fight Terrence Crawford, it should be him. And speaking of Errol Spence, where is Waldo? We haven't heard anything. He's not on the schedule the Showtime has released. He's supposed to fight in May and June, but is nowhere to be found. And you hear a lot of things on YouTube, and that's because people have no information, so they make up things. You know, one person says Errol Spence is out for the year. He re-injured himself. One YouTube channel is saying that Crawford and Spence are back to negotiations. I find that hard to believe since Crawford has a mandatory coming up. Another thing I'm hearing is that Keith Thurman and Spence will fight June 17th. I'm hoping the fight's at 147, but most sources are saying that the fight's at 154. And you're saying, what sources? How about this? The WBC president, Maurice Suleiman, said on the Boxing Voice that it will be at 154. We know Spence has been on record as saying he does not want to deal with Keith Thurman since Keith Thurman kind of shut him out back in the day. And Keith Thurman is saying, if you're not going to fight Crawford, fight me. You got the WBA and the WBC belts without beating the real champion, which is Keith one-time Thurman. Now, I would not say Spence is not the real unified champion. What I will say is only one guy has beat Keith Thurman, and that's Manny Pacquiao. And at this point, we don't know what's happening with Spence. We haven't heard anything from Spence. He's not even on the Showtime schedule. You know, Spence fanboys get mad at Terrence Crawford for staying busy. You know, rumors from YouTube channels, they were supposed to fight last November, last December. And those were rumors started by YouTube channels. It was no sources. Every time I ask people for sources, they cannot give me one. And now it's March, and we still have no idea what Mr. Waldo, aka Errol Spence, aka the Big Catfish, will be getting back in the ring. And Spence fanboys want Crawford to wait around and do nothing. Make it make sense. Anyway, leave your thoughts and comments below. JBZ, I'm gone.